Got it all re-updated. Check, check, check. Disclaimer, you guys know all that stuff while we pull up YouTube real quick. Obviously, you're here for you. You're here to learn, to hang out, get your questions answered, get support, have a community. At the end of the day, trading is high risk. Please know that 100% across the board, 100% high risk. So now that we've got all that done, I better get back to my Tradivate site. Disclaimer, prop firm. If you're purchasing one, make sure you use code 6FTC. Let's build an empire. But please, for the love of God, know that this is a training ground. Please don't go buy 20 challenges. Yes, I do have a big aspiration with Apex. Yes, Apex is hard and very, very inexpensive. They just had another $2.6 million payout. Well, that's my aspiration. So wish me luck. We're going to go on this journey. I've accomplished some pretty great things in the investment space, and I think I can do it. If I can fail at what other people are doing by 90%, okay, I can easily get my six figure, my seven figure payout there. So you guys know all that stuff. Any questions, comments, whatever, put them in the chat. Otherwise, let's get to the charts. I am sharing a little bit different on this screen today, so it's going to be kind of janky. We have news at 10, and otherwise not a bunch going on. This is the regular trading hour, so you can just see how wild and gappy gold is, particularly, but kind of shotgunning through it all, 5-minute time frame. We're pushing back up now. We've made a nice little retracement. We are failing to make lower lows. Of course, I'd like to see us sell down a little bit, but we'll see. We're going to trade what we see. YM is at a very interesting spot. We've still got imbalances to the upside and to the downside below these lows. We've broken a downward trend line. We definitely have broken the downward one, okay? So we broke down. Are we just going to come and swing up liquidity and then drop? Very, very excited to see kind of which direction this market wants to go. And we're going to protect very, very quickly. So ES has been my mainstay. It's just a little bit smoother than NQ, a little bit cheaper than NQ. And I like it. It just feels a little more peaceful than NQ. Look at this trend line on the way down, okay? We've broken through it, but we also have one on the way up. We've broken through that. So are we just going to come swing these highs, make a big wick even up to into this imbalance, and then drop down? I mean, if by the time we reach this imbalance, you know, that downside potential is nowhere near the same, but we wanted to see these key levels, right? I was going to get long in this area, but I was like, nope, not pre-market, not today. And I'm not put myself in that position. Just using our original strategy and everything else, but now we're going to see. So that's ES, 30-minute time frame. NQ looks pretty comparable. We've broken through this downward trend line. We've retested it to kind of push up. Are we coming back into this imbalance area? If you'll notice where price has already stopped, it's at previous lows. And we still have a lot of downward potential, like a lot more to go. Even without even breaking lows, just to grab the rest of the liquidity, we have a lot more downside potential. So I'm really excited to see how today plays out. I am going to pop down to the smaller time frames and turn our indicators on. 15-minute, 2-minute, and we're going to put our indicators on. Cool. This is our pre-market. I'm going to have to readjust because I marked this up a little bit early. Gold. Let's clean up our pre-market and our yesterday's highs and lows. That's there. That one stays and that one stays. YM pre-market. You can see how early I was marking this up. Look at this. I'd like to see us hold some longs up until that gap fell, but we will see. That's ES, and then NQ. We've already got it cleaned up, I think. We're coming up. This should be yesterday's high that we've already tapped into once overnight. We've already kind of broken that. We've already swung that, pulled back, swing that again. So we've got our key levels. I wanted to make sure our imbalance was marked up. If we're breaking down, we're coming into the what we call areas of interest. We've got YouTubes on that of how to mark that up. 1 minute or 2 minutes until opening bell. I pulled up a different fear and greed index because the one on CNN, it doesn't update as much. We're still on the lower end, something worth looking at. And of course, that's the day view. We know how we ended yesterday. We ended green, but on the day we were just bleeding out. We were down multiple percent in a day. There was a time we didn't move that much in a week, and that time was not that long ago. So we'll see. I'm going to keep it at the 1 hour and hope this updates here shortly. And nothing major on the agenda here. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to pull up the chat. Please make sure your contract sizes are right. In theory, I'm in the right account. This is just a little eval account I'm using on this. I don't like trading on Tradingview. When I do, I get ghost orders. And I don't know if it's because I'm also linked to Ninja Trader. I don't know what this spiel is. Lord only knows, but we're working on it. Slowly but surely, we're working on it. I'm gonna pull this down. All right, thank you guys for finding the right link. I'm sorry that was on me. 15 seconds till market opens up. I'm on ES currently. I'm gonna go put back on our indicators, and there we go. So we're pushing down. We're on the 2-minute time frame. Really want to see what we're gonna do. Because this is such a multi-directional market, I'm going to be making sure one side or the other. I would like to definitely make sure we're locking our profits. No matter what that looks like, we're locking our profits. That's a nice little drop to the downside. That's beautiful, huh? Big candle, minute and 15 seconds left. Gonna be patient. We're breaking past that moving ribbon. It's 2-minute time frame. Nice wick to the upside. This is an outside candle, but that's pretty common with opening bell candles. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got 43 seconds. We failed to make that low. Failed.
Is this the micro mini?
This is the mini, but you can trade either. They're not going to be the exact same. They're going to be very, very close. So this is ES, the mini, and then this is the micro. Came all the way back up, 10 seconds left. All the way back up. Okay, let's see what we're going to give us. If we're taking the breakout, we're going to be babying this trade immediately, meaning we're going to be locking profits along the way. So one way or another, we're going to be just locking. You can do that automatically with trails. You can do that manually with your own, fingers on the charts. But ultimately, if you're taking the breakout this close to opening bell, you really want to be protecting that pretty quickly. Once you get the retest or the confirmation or higher time frame, by all means, let it run. Sometimes it means you barely get knocked out with a couple of points or pips or ticks. Sometimes it means, you had plenty of room. So that was our pre-market. We're still staying below there. Let's look at NQ. We're still in the range on NQ. Stuck in the range on YM. And we're breaking down on gold, but with no oomph. So I've got a wick to the downside, but no continuation. Wick to the upside. Couldn't push up and make a new high. So big wick of rejection, sure, but if this was really going to take us off, we would have seen, I think, a much bigger pop right after that big wick, and we are failing to see one. So the break might only take the previous levels. Let's see. We like ES, NQ. More wicks to the downside. Indecision, nothing else. We're being patient, but we also haven't had a break. This is the 2-minute time frame. ES is looking the best, like we're closest. So we've pulled down, rejected. We've closed below the 50% mark, and now we're moving to the downside. If I wanted to be aggressive, here's our moving average. As long as we're closing below this and staying below this 50%, I can take that more aggressive entry. It's going to give us a slightly better, risk to reward, but it's not confirmed for breakout. So the bears do look like they're trying to control. And the point of control just popped up like a few minutes before opening bell. So just popped up. Mhm. We like minute left on this candle. And we wait patiently. Get your fingers on the trigger. Pick your one. I know YouTube makes it look cool to go take every one of these, but when you're in your eval accounts and stuff, on the day you're wrong, then you're gonna lose the whole account. So maybe look for one or two at the very, very most. Here we go. We're getting that break to the downside on NQ first. I don't have the right management settings set on this. Didn't follow through. That's NQ. We wicked.
The mini NQ.
I'm sorry.
Which NQs? Is it the micro mini or just the mini?
You can decide based off of how much risk you want to take. So if it's NQ, it's more expensive. If it's MNQ, it's less expensive. So to kind of give you an idea, these settings are not ideal for this, but so look how expensive that one is. This is just an eval account on Tradingview. Let's go to MNQ. I'm gonna go to 3 of these. Oh man, was that 3 on those? Yeah. Goes how often. And now watch this one move. This is in the dollars. Where's NQ at? Just one on NQ is very expensive, right? I'll move this out of the way. That's 300. And I know the price points are different. They're not going to be the exact same, but this is a very expensive instrument to trade. This one's a very cheap, and this is just one eval. I'm using it for classes. I'm not super concerned, but I need something to demonstrate on. So watch this one kind of come down. My trade on the day, I'm going to be going to ES. I really need to get through this strong. So I'm going to be taking my ES trade in my Blue Guardian account. On my Blue Guardian, I usually just use my micros because I trade it very low and slow. I don't do a bunch of risk. I don't do any outsized anything. I go really low and slow. I protect when I need to. I don't make thousands of dollars on the day, but there's 4 accounts, 3 of them are funded. And that's it. So I trade it very low and slow. Very, very low and slow. My entry is all the way up in here. Did not get the break yet. But back to NQs, we're pushing up. We took the break. We failed to stay below. That's NQ, MNQ. We took the break, a little bit better entry, just demonstration purposes, but failed to stay below. Seven minutes left on the 15-minute candle. Last hour candle is a nice bullish engulfing candle. However, it didn't make a higher high. Sellers are being pretty darn aggressive. I would give it this much room, so I want to see how we close. I'm looking to take it all the way to the low. This one's probably going to get knocked around. So is my ES. Looks like they're trying to break through all the highs. As I get closer to profit, I'll close. Off screen, I've got ES babysitting that. We're still in the 2-minute range. Still in the 2-minute range. So demonstration purposes, see how this is $117. I know the price points are different, but this is MNQ 3 contracts. If I go to NQ, 1 contract is almost $1,000. 1 contract is. Here we get. ES is going nowhere on the 5-minute time frame. I like the wick we're forming to the top side. 50 seconds left on the second 5-minute candle. A lot of wicks to the downside though. Very choppy. MNQ. NQ is still pretty far from profit. ES should be in and around in close. We don't like how that's closing. We're pushing up too hard. Why can't I see that on here? We're trying to break out to the upside. And NQ is not. Doing too much. Knocked out on MNQ, NQ, and ES. I'm still holding my ES, full transparency. So I'm still holding, but we'll see if we break that high. If not, I'm going to take it out. Loss on NQ, MNQ. ES, I'm still holding. See if we pull back in. If not, I'll take the L. Too much selling pressure is why. We got our close.
Our heads are butting up against a level too.
I know. That's why I'm giving this a little bit more room because of previous structure, although I wouldn't. I'm doing too much, popping around all the different pairs. Off screen, beautiful, perfect 2-minute. You see, that's perfect. That's ES.
That peak to the left is a 1 hour level that goes back a long time. And just above that is yesterday's open.
It's still, yeah, I'll have to take a loss. I'm negative 187 on 3 contracts. But we already took out the overnight high. But impatient. Impatient. That's the first close, and there you go. There's the move. I suppose you're allowed to have those days. NQ's pushing up. First close outside, retest, take it up, but we need the retest to confirm because there's still a big old seller just got, sorry, a big old buyer just got sold through to push back down. Maybe that's all it needed to clear the liquidity. I'm at 180, pulling down a little bit, 170, negative 170. Need a pullback. Then we'll take the retest. Yeah, NQ is $5 per tick. MNQ is $50 per tick based off of one contract. That's up here too, guys. So if you see up here, like, let me move all that stuff out of the way. ES, $50 per point. MES, $5 per point. So that's just it's the same instrument. The price is going to be a little different, not a whole bunch different, but I've opted to make sure that this account is the one I'm using for classes. So, we're still pushing with no pullback. Perfectly straight up, and that's why you follow your rules. That's why we follow our rules.
Is this the lowest time frame you trade at, the 2-minute?
Yeah, I've got back tests and stuff for 1 minute. Even if you have this kind of stuff preset, it's very hard to manage quick enough. So like this, when opening bell happens, sometimes you go up and down quite a bit. So that's just a little bit risky. That's all. 1 minute is doable, but it depends on how quick your triggers are. If you're going to use any kinds of the forms of management, it's like something like you have a preset take profit and stop loss kind of thing. then you've got some room. But if you don't have that, you're very likely to get whipped around. Or trading minis. I wouldn't be really trading minis on opening bell on that small of a time frame.
What's the highest you would
In a
go?
relatively calm open.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Who, me
What's the
or
highest time frame?
Um,
I'm sorry.
Scott, go ahead, and then the
I
other guy.
just said this has been a relatively calm open.
This has been, but I broke my rules trying to demonstrate stuff. Still up on the day on all but 2 accounts. Cancel. I shouldn't have anything to flatten. It's just squeezing up. No pullback, no nothing. The 15-minute range is set as of now. It's right into that trend line. Perfectly into that trend line. Rashawn, do you have a question?
Oh yeah. So, do you ever when you do your top down, what's the highest time frame you go to?
Lately, an hour, mostly because, well, for this purpose, for futures, an hour.
Okay. Do you ever drop down to the 15 minute, then drop down again like that, or
Yeah, yeah.
okay?
I use the 30 because of the time that market opens and closes at 9:30, right? You need that 30-minute mile marker. But other
Gotcha.
than that, so we've got our break. This is going to be, I want a bit of a pullback before I just go buying this, guys. So I want a bit of a pullback personally. I know it means I might miss it, might take my L on the day. That's okay. But I'm going to be patient, let this pull back and give me some kind of confirmation on the smaller time frame. We've got our confirmation. So we've got our 15-minute range set. 5 minute is what I had down off screen. Beautiful. Again, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Trading means you won't always take wins. Sometimes you'll even make your own stupid mistakes, including me. But beautiful, easy. I'm not going to get short, and I am going to wait for a pullback. I have to. So if I buy here, I'm going to be buying the top. Not to mention, we've got these other key levels that we're really right at. So if I miss it, I miss it. I need the position. I need it coming in. Yes. Thank you. So now we wait. Just hang out for a little while we get our pullback. A little bit of a pullback, baby bit of a pullback, some kind of a pullback, some kind of a retest. I'll take it. Gold was perfect too. Didn't take gold though. Not bad. 100-point move. 15-minute range is set and we're getting a pullback. So we want this to pull back into this 50% of this range, and then I would be willing to take that as a sell. So we wait. A video of how she does her top down. Yeah, Alex, there's a couple of videos. Good job, Josiah, Joshua. So I've got a Josiah on my team, a Josh on my team. I got three of them. Three of them. Hey, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I can't win them all. Even sometimes I am the problem. How do you get the 50% dots to show? Settings. So we're waiting here. I'm looking for this move. I'll give it that much of a range, and I'll be taking it all the way down into here. So great trade overall. I want to see that we've got, what is it, 11 minutes left on this candle. I want to see that we're respecting that 50% mark. That's really all I'm looking for. I just need a little bit of a pullback on the indices before I go take my next entry there. Just a little bit. Let me minimize this. No promises on how this is going to work, but let me see if I can try. This is going to be fun. Well, that's going to be huge. You probably can't see that. Let's do this. Drop it. So to give you an idea, that's where I'm sitting at on the day. These two accounts are the ones that have the minis on them for ES. I only took ES on the day, and those are all the accounts that I have running on the day. So good, the bad, the ugly. Took some of the win off of this. Those three middle ones aren't trading today, waiting for a payout. Try not to take trades where there's a payout waiting. Trying to have some kind of a good system. Baby steps. But we're respecting that. So I like gold for the sell. I can't take ES in them until I get a bit of a pullback. I need a valid pullback. Market does pull back even after strong, huge moves. We get some kind of a pullback. And if this happens again today on the reverse, which we definitely can, we're already up 1.5 on the day. So I'm going down a smaller time frame. There's a little bit of the pullback. Come on, baby. We're getting our pullback. I don't know if we're going to get to the middle of that 15 range. It's kind of a big ask. 15-minute range on NQ is 18,160. Off screen, let's go to ES. We're still staying above. Bear with me. I clicked on it and I believe all the settings. I can't find it. We'll go through settings and stuff. So if you have a question about Tradingview or the indicator, ask it very as clearly as possible in the chat. And either A, we'll try to, my team is cutting out some portions of the videos. This way you guys will have those compartmentalized, a couple minutes or less with thumbnail and the whole nine. And then, or I will go record one. This way we have every single thing that you need across the board. Do you know how the support team, have fun, guys. Oh, have fun, Future Millionaire. That can go over the Tradingview settings with clients. $800. We're pulling back. That's what we want to see. At least for the moment. But keep in mind, we're just pulling back. This is NQ. ES. We are already coming into that level now. It's going to be an ask. I don't know why Ninja's doing all the things. Have a great day. We're pulling down. We're waiting for a retracement. That's all we're doing. We're going to be on the 2-minute. We're going to wait for a retracement. 15-minute. We're coming back into this zone. We just want that confirmation to buy up a little bit. Now I got to find my Blue Guardian tab though, because I think I lost it. There you go. We're coming in perfectly. That midway point is kind of into what is that, yesterday's high or overnight high? So 5245. It's going to be a challenge, but let's see. I don't know if we're going to get all the way down into there. Already rejecting. I at least want to come, hopefully retest this range a little bit. Retest the 5-minute range a little bit. Still the same level. I want it to come retest our moving average and then we'll take it back up. 2 minutes. Let's do it. Will you be able to share a screen and show exactly where you find your recordings, your upload? I checked the Futrix site and your YouTube, and there's somewhere else you post them. Wade, message Miss Donna and message simplicity or futrix@gmail.com or whatever it is. and find out exactly where it's at on the site. My understanding is it should be posted there, but I might have to ask Miss Donna. And then on the YouTube, I can talk to the team and make sure we have a new playlist that says morning session, it says pretty much the name of this, so New York Open Futures and Hangout. Okay. But they are posted public. They should be posted public on YouTube, so you should be able to see them. Miss Donna. She's the admin for Futrix. Well, for Super Easy.
What was the question?
Markets are just chilling. Yeah, I missed this move. Actually, more accurate, I did miss it. I took the wrong one. The question is, Donna, he can't find the playbacks from all these videos.
Okay, I'll check right now.
If it's on the site.
Yeah.
And then I'll talk to my team to make sure we have like a playlist that says, hey, this is marking up the charts. Here's indicator, Tradingview stuff. Here's morning sessions, et cetera, et cetera. We should have most of that pretty compartmentalized. I'm waiting, guys. I'm going to be patient.
There's a tab under the course content that says replay of live trade sessions, and they're right there. So you got to go to your course, and it's the last thing. It's the last section. It says replay of live trade sessions, and it has two classes.
Yeah, okay, yeah, the last time I checked, it was only one, so they did add some more to them,
Yes,
to that
sir.
list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, Donna.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Jenny.
Hey, you're welcome. If you can't find them there, then just go to my YouTube. And if you go
I've
to,
checked both places. I'm determined to find them, but it's okay. Thank you.
you're welcome. Miss Barika, they're public on YouTube, right? They should be able to search them.
Yeah, they are, and I'm actually making the playlist now. So in about 5 minutes, the playlist will be available.
Oh, look at that. See, she's on it, you guys. She's the best.
It's gonna be on your channel, right, Jenny, or is there another
That's
YouTube channel?
it's my channel.
I'm sorry?
That's my channel, yes, sir.
Okay, I'll check your channel again. Thank you.
You're welcome. This 2-minute candle is getting right above that doji right there. So this is going to be a risky trade. I would still be giving it the vast majority of this room. Remember, we just hit levels. We've just butted into this trend line. So taking this buy, it's with the 15-minute direction of the day. Let me take all that off. But we're butting into this trend line, okay? We just cleared these highs that we knew were going to be an area of significance. We don't seem to have the oomph today to skyrocket us through. We don't have the oomph that we had yesterday, that's for sure, right? So we need it to start ripping, or we're just on the wrong side, or we're going to be buying into the chop. So we don't want to buy into the chop, but we like what we see. This candle, we want it to close above this previous candle on this retest formation that we've got going on. And this ribbon, I kind of got rid of all my EMAs, mostly because I wanted something a little thicker. So this is a moving average ribbon for the person who asked. Actually, it's MA Cloud. I love it. It's the 19 through the 21. It just gives me a little bit more thickness because I found myself making too many decisions off of a really skinny line, and I figured it needed to plump up a little bit. I like how I can now wick through and not close on the other side. Something like this, for example. So I don't get the close and then the continuation. Now we got this one.
That's an MA cloud that you added to the six-figure, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Miss Jenny,
Yes, ma'am.
how come we didn't take, or did you? How come I'm looking at ES and I took a trade, it's demo, it's paper trade, but I took a trade as soon as we went above that green line.
You did great. I was on
Oh,
the So I did the wrong thing today, which is, again, I can't come any more correct than that, is to come and be 100% real with you guys, to show the good, the bad, and the ugly. We were in here. Oh, see, let me clean this up a little bit. So the trade that I took on my actual accounts, mirroring to 20 different accounts, or however many that is right now, was this one. The wick, when this one was closing back below. So I entered somewhere around this midline, so I didn't get the whole push down. Okay. I entered
okay.
sell down. I gave it way more room than I needed to. I could have got out as this one closed. I could have got out as this one closed. I gave it way more room, looking to swing down after we were kind of coming into this level, but I was on the wrong side. I took the wrong trade. I didn't
Oh,
follow on the breakout.
okay.
How about that?
I'm
Like,
just making sure I understood what I was, okay.
no, you're good. You're good. So that's what this is about. But we're buying up on ES right now as we speak. Okay. We got our little retest. We didn't quite touch the moving average. We're doing good. Hold on. I don't have it on this demo. Well, this eval account for Apex. We don't need to give this a whole bunch more room. I would like us to come take out this imbalance. So halfway through this imbalance is what we'd be targeting. And definitely not a bad way to be. That's where we'd be looking at. And I can't figure out why some of my accounts are not receiving orders. I'm confused. Hold on. I'm confused. Ninja Trader's giving me the error domain problem again. Gotta love that. I want to flatten and let this run. So now let's see, as long as we are breaking above and getting above here, we're in a great position. We'll have made up our money plus some. If you look at this from the 15-minute time frame, all we did was retest it. We confirmed the direction. No idea why. I logged into a new connection this morning on NinjaTrader, and I'm wondering if that's why one of the brokers is now getting declined on every single order, because that's weird. I can't even manage it or anything. So much fun.
Hey Jenny,
Hey, Woody.
did you run across that it's called Trade Sinker? I don't
I
know how long it's been out for futures, but it's like an option to copy all your trades from prop firms. Did
have
you
you
run
tried?
across that?
Have you tried it?
I have not tried it yet. I first time seeing it was yesterday, looking at Cassinator Trades and following him, and I seen him promoting it, and I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool. It kind of reminds you of Traders Connect.
Well, I've got it up on my little laptop, which I was looking at, what is it, last night or the night before. I'm going to try that. Replicanto. So I know some people trade on NinjaTrader. So that's the screen I just showed a second ago. And the people who trade on NinjaTrader, they're doing just fine because there's not as many of these like glitchy things that I'm experiencing. But since right now I'm trading on Tradeovate, mirroring to NinjaTrader, copying with Replicanto. Hope you guys caught all that. Okay. There's just so many. Remember, the more things we add to our processes, the more complex it gets. So I'm really excited to look into TradeSyncer. I know when I looked, their max accounts it's really stupid. So it's 4 connections and 20 accounts. But Tradeovate, I'm not sure if they're going to count Tradeovate as one connection or the different broker as one connection. Because right now I've got, what is it? Apex,
Yeah.
Trader, Funded Next, and Tradeify. Those are the 4 Tradeovate connections that I have.
Okay, but you get up to 120 accounts. You seen
Okay.
that, right?
No, I know. So
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. So you can literally have 120 accounts. It doesn't matter. Like, I was doing the research for like half the day yesterday. So, so 120 accounts. I mean, you're in the good. I thought about, but the thing with me is I need to start really, like you said, really honing in on getting not getting away from TradingView, but looking, doing my analysis just like you from TradingView and really utilizing TradeOvate or like you said, Ninja. I like TradeOvate. It hasn't given me any problems, but
I love Tradeovate.
yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, I gotta learn how to use it. I do, Jenny. I have not touched a button on Tradeovate except to do my daily limits. Other than that, I've never used Tradeovate to actually trade. I still use TradingView, and I see the lag. But I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna do some tutorials and just work on learning how to use Tradeovate.
Okay.
So,
Well,
so guys, what I do is I just start my trading, trade of it, and then use TradingView to manage it. So that's a
So wait,
workaround too. Yeah.
Joseph, you're not connected to Ninja or anything else, any other third party, are you?
No, I just connect using the add-on that Tradeovate has that you can trade using Tradingview. It's free. So you just go to your settings,
Yeah.
activate that add-on, and then when you log in both in Tradeovate and TradingView. So any trade that you take in Tradeovate, it will show up in TradingView with your stops and your trade and whatnot, and you can just drag drop, do your markup there. So that's what I do.
Well, so here's what I've learned is TradingView doesn't have ghost orders, so we're pumping, guys. I'm up. I think what is that? 6 points, maybe 6 points on ES. We're still trying. We're pushing. Um, let's let go. But so what I'm learning is TradingView doesn't have the ghost orders if you don't have it connected to if your background typiness. Hold on, I'm muting you, I'm muting you. There you go. Okay. If I don't have Tradeovate open and I don't have it linked to Ninja, I have less ghost orders, not none, but less. So that's good. But either way, if you have any multiple platforms open and logged in, you're at this risky position where it's like, okay, now you're SOL if something happens, you blow everything. And the William in the chat said it's better to have a built-in copier. There are multiple ones for Ninja Trader. Trade Synced is still in beta. Okay. William, I'm pretty reasonably new to Ninja Trader. I only started playing with it in the last 6 months to a year. What built-in copier do you recommend? William, I'm muting you. You're typing, Ransom.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. So Ninja Trader does have a couple of free ones in the Ninja Trader ecosystem. I heard those are not too bad, but if you want one with more features on it and like account management, I have this one from a site called Affordable Indicators.
Isn't that Replicanto?
No, it's different. I'm familiar with the one you're speaking about as well. That's a good one as well. I just used the one with affordable indicators. There's no monthly subscription. It's a one-time fee.
Hold on. Let me go off screen. Affordable indicators, huh?
Correct. Affordableindicators.com. Correct.
We're booming. You guys are up. So that this one trade should be enough to make up the loss on ES and MNQ. You've got what you need. Okay, affordable indicators. We're still pushing. I'm gonna be holding this. Okay, you can lock it now below the low. I'm gonna be holding this to the imbalance. You can do comparable things on NQ. NQ's already moved too much. Gold. 15-minute time frame. If we stay below, and we closed below. So now if we want to say, hey, look, we've got what, 7 minutes left. Let's see how this candle closes. But we're on a smaller time frame. As long as we're staying below that halfway point, I'm looking to sell this down. So back to ES, beautiful. Okay, Ninja Trader, affordable. I've tried so many of these. Ninja Trader indicators to the next level, programming.
Miss Jenny, this is Derek.
Hey, Derek.
Like I said, I'm new to all this, so basically we just have to wait until, like you said, wait for it to like retest before we take the trade, right?
So this one person, his testimony was awesome. It made me feel amazing. The whole point of this is very customizable. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, everybody, the old 15-minute orb is all over YouTube. That's not new. Like New York Dog, that's been around for a hot minute. That's also not new. What is it? Big Dog or whatever it is, London Breakout, not new. These are all, very tried and true things. Some of them target the time before the market open or the market session that you're targeting is. Some of them target after, bigger windows, smaller windows, et cetera, et cetera. So I say all that to say there's 1,000 uses of this. This is currently the 15-minute time frame on ES. As you saw, so let me go to something I didn't make bad decisions on. Here we go. And bad decisions is part of it. Most of the problems we have with trading is technology, bad decisions. And then you have a very small part that's, hey, my trading was wrong. But look, this is the 2 minute. You break, don't get a retest. It works great. You get a nice pullback into the moving average. That's another entry, right? You don't actually pull back into this. This is
Right.
just, this is the 5 minute. Okay, you break again, don't get any bit of a retest. You don't even really get a nice flag formation. You just take it. But other days, you break, you hit target, and you retest. So
Oh,
a lot of ways to do this. Some days, um, we haven't had those kind of days probably in a few months. And the advanced membership group has been at this for a while. And one of the things we would tell you is on days like this, we break down and we come back up and we're respecting this. You get more entries throughout the day on this level. So we haven't
okay.
had those days in a while, but they are part of it. So look, we beautiful move up, we come back down, we retest, beautiful move again, beautiful move again. Like these are, it just doesn't happen every day. You can't say it's going to happen every day because it just
So
doesn't.
just keep expanding your box all the way over so you can catch different entries.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm booming up my, oh, it's gonna, let's see if it'll let me. So watch as this management kind of takes over. If, oh, don't mess up. So there you go. Come on. Oh, I'm trying to scoot it over. So this is scooching up along with the order. I'm trying. I really want this to give me a little bit more, but this is automatically trailing for me, so I don't have to trail or do it. There we go. It's moving, it's moving. This is spread between, what is it? I guess only 4 accounts because it didn't mirror properly. But there you go. It's gonna knock.
Ooh, Jenny.
So it's moving. I'm trying to find a way to share different parts of the screen because I have no interest in having my orders on my actual orders on Tradingview. So I don't mind like having one account, boom, I'm out, I'm done. And that's mirrored between 4 accounts. It would have been more accounts, but for some reason my connection with Ninja Traders messed up. And then hold on, let me minimize this. I'm gonna minimize this. And then bring this over. Just gonna give you an idea. That's where we're sitting now. So same accounts, oopsie. Now I just don't have the zeros on there. Actually, this one shouldn't be a zero. Oh, I bet you that's why, the new login. So the ones that were negative are now positive, not by a lot. That's these two. Okay, cool. No, it's this one and this one. Different lot sizes, different contract sizes. And then you're done. You don't need much more than that. And the problem even I personally have is over trading. That's a lot of money on the day. It's a lot of money. It's a ton. We don't need to go get a whole bunch. And in fact, that's a good way to blow. Don't get me wrong, it feels good, but it's not worth it if you're going to blow these accounts. So that's it. ES knocked me out, sadly. Could have got a little bit more. Did not take it all the way to the target. Got knocked out. But now on a retest, I can get back in and try to back up again. So NQ I missed. This one right here. Boom. Boom, boom. And that's it. So we got our profits. Hey, dollar for dollar wins and losses. I've heard a lot of people talk about how your win to loss ratio is the least important ratio. That's been hard for my ego to get over because I've got a 5-6 year track record now that says I can maintain a 90% average. Like I can maintain 85 to 90-ish% average. And that's including bad weeks. That's including off trades and all the things that go into it. That's phenomenal. Okay. That is phenomenal. But in this industry, in this side, particularly my I can win a trade isn't nearly as effective as I don't mind if I lost 3 and won 1 if the one that I won was outsized and took over the other 3, right? So there's other metrics that are definitely more important today. Lost but won monetarily, and that's kind of part of the situation. But 15-minute time frame, we got our trade. Took a minute. I made personal mistakes. It's not the indicator. It's not even the strategy. I made human mistakes, which people need to know are going to happen. And the hardest part is mitigating them, managing them when they do. I mean, I've got no regrets for saying, oh man, I was really hoping to get a reaction off of this level. I wanted to, especially with how price was forming. And then we ate up this huge buyer. We just sunk him out of the park. But either way, there was still enough oomph. So here's what it is. 15-minute time frame. We're pushing up. We're not quite at the one deviation. We can wait for a pullback and take it again. Most of these prop firms, you guys, especially if you're in the prop space, and no, I did not take this in my AMP this morning. You have an end of the day drawdown. You have trailing drawdown. Even the pro accounts, they hop back and forth. So you're better off getting this move, getting out. Fine, maybe it moves a little bit more. It retraces, get in a little bit of the move and get out. Get a little bit of the move and get out. It's okay if you don't have a $10,000 P&L to show somebody. It's totally fine. You don't need it. I promise you. Don't need it. But good on. Okay, let's go to the chats.
Hey, Miss Jenny.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I had asked a question in the chat and I wanted to make sure because I just been studying to make sure I understand futures a little bit better. There's a ticker symbol ES1 and MES1. What's the difference between that? Is that like one's a micro and one's a mini?
So MES is a micro, okay?
Mhm.
If it starts with the letter M, that's a micro. It's 10
Okay.
it's 10 times smaller than ES, okay? The exclamation mark and the way that your broker or prop firm labels it is going to sometimes can be different. But the biggest thing is does it start with the M? That's a micro. And then the letters that follow and the date that follows is when the contract expires. The only reason I have these up on TradingView is because it gives me a stable contract that I can kind of research and has history. If I used, let's just say ESM 225, okay, with no M on it, this
Yes.
contract's only me here. I'll show you. Let me go to the daytime frame.
Okay.
See how there's no history here?
Yes, ma'am.
That's why I have these up on TradingView. But on your actual broker, your prop firm or your broker, you're going to see ESM 2025. You're going to see MGC M225. This right here is stable. So if I go here, see how there's history? This is the culminated kind of, this has everything in there.
Yeah, and if you go compare that with the current contract, it is the prices aren't going to be quite the same because they composite the prices.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like continuous contracts. So where one stops, the other one begins, the exclamation. But as Scott says, it might not be totally the same, but it gives you the history of all the previous contracts.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. So I think what I'm going to, because I'm in the process, I've got everything set up and I'm in the process of structuring my ticker symbols like yours. And I wanted to know why you had the ones at the like YM, ES, and then at the bottom, the micros. So that makes perfect sense now. Got it.
No, I'm super glad.
So something else to be aware of is that generally you can't trade the composite contracts.
Not without $1 billion.
So that's only for technical analysis and taking a look at the longer time frames.
Right. I see now. So that's perfect. Okay. That's the only question I had. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Okay.
We've got a beautiful retest here. Okay.
So
Beautiful.
Ms. Cindy, once it breaks that line, then that's when you enter going to the downside, correct?
Well, yeah. So if I try to clean this up, I try to go to a clean view so we're not tainted. Let's go to a clean view, not tainted. We've got our 5-minute range, beautiful. We've broken down the full range and we've retested this box. We've stayed below. We stayed below again. That's on the 5-minute. If I pop up to the 15-minute, we've got this engulfing candle. We have made another low, although we're kind of sitting pretty flat. We have another low to take. We've retested 50% of that and failed to kind of give back this candle. So if we're looking at the most recent biggest candle, that's going to be to the downside. So now we're respecting 50% of that 5-minute range. This is the 15-minute range. This is the 5-minute range. Beautiful. If we're getting below this candle, we've got our confirmation. If we're getting below drawing this line, I don't think is going to be the best because let's be honest, as price is moving, you can make it really tight. You can make it like this, right?
Oh,
I would say as we get below this candle, you've got the confirmation. Notice how as we're moving up.
yeah.
So this candle, we've got the confirmation to go ahead and sell this to the downside. And
Okay.
that's in line with the big picture. It's the 15-minute retest, the 5-minute retest. It's a JGX retest. Like it's going on. So that's our pre-market low. We've taken that. We're staying above it. You can take it straight into the pre-market low and then into yesterday's low. If we break below pre-market low and yesterday's low, we're going to be targeting these next levels. I think we marked this up on the higher time frame. Take off all of our indicators. We like this level. That's going to be an ask. I don't know if we're going to get down into here. The government and all the people are just way too crazy right now. I don't know if we're getting that far down.
So you're waiting for to just retrace and then you'll trade back to the downside?
Yep. Well, we've got our direction on the day, right? And if I
It's a
go,
down market.
yeah. So if I go, let's go to a different view. Okay, we've got this huge upward trend, even if we're wrong, for us to get a little bit of a trade back into this level, okay? We've got a pretty good basis. If we break this trend line and retest, now we're gonna be taking it further down. But I don't think it's gonna be a pretty big ask to get down to the 3369.
So 3,400 should be our target TP or first TP.
Okay, let's go get our TPs. So I'm gonna take all this off. There we go. So if I'm selling right here, ready? We've got pre-market low and yesterday's low. I'm going to use my lines, which I've been doing for a couple of years, my powder blue lines. I'm going to be targeting prior. So anybody who's watched my areas of interest video, you'll see a ton of YouTubers and traders, some of them way better than me, some of them way smarter. Okay. I will tell you why I do what I do. I am targeting prior to this low because I don't want to get missed by a tick. Okay. I don't want to get missed by a wick. So when I drop my targets, and you'll see what that looks like. Let's go here. Line chart. I'm looking at prior to this peak is where I'd like to see my target. So prior to this peak is what I call an area of interest. Because if we only come down and fail to make a lower low or shoot up for whatever reason and avoid that, I don't want one of my take profits to be missed by a tick. I don't want them to be missed by a couple of pips or like spread in Forex, the spread, the slippage. I don't want to be missed by that. So from here, that's going to be my first range. Obviously, you guys have the option of the standard deviation. So you've got that's 5-minute. You've got here 15-minute. That range is, oh, this is getting so messy, is way down here. This is your 15-minute range. So that is your target. But going back down to a smaller time frame. Okay, I'm going to keep all those indicators turned off for a second. If I'm just looking for my next targets, I'm going to be locking pretty quick because this is a really wild market and this stuff is just popping out of nowhere. So I don't take unnecessary risk if I don't have to. But now we've got, if we take yesterday's low, we're likely to take it by at least 10 to 20 points. Okay. We know that much. We've already got our take profit in between there. We've already got our full range take profit, but I'm going to be looking anywhere in here. So you've got, let's say we take yesterday's low, one more level's here. Okay. That's our next low. This is a huge area. So we got highs and lows, a lot of congestion in the market. And this, what is it? 3408, 3410. So a lot of congestion in that range. So what I would do is put my target here, put my target here. But truthfully, now I'm getting more complex. This area with the lows and highs talking to each other, I would mark this up. I would mark it, and I've even got it labeled as my area of interest. We really want to see what price does. If we break below here, I really want to see how we react here. Because if we're breaking that, our next area of interest is going to be way the heck down here.
Okay.
But the cool thing is, if we leave this up for a couple of weeks, you're going to see us disrespect this. You're going to see us come into a few of these levels and maybe pull all the way back up and try to swing some liquidity or take a high. You're going to see all the good, the bad, and the ugly here, which is kind of cool to watch. Wait a minute. Hey, these levels matter. Like they matter. They make a difference. They really, really matter.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome. Okay, into the chat. If you have questions, comments on anything whatsoever, well, now is a good time. I'm going to go to the chat and answer as much as I can. This is the 5-minute time frame. We're pulling back up. As you know, I got knocked out on this candle, which means if we had reversed here, I've missed it. But it also means unless I was looking for a reentry, I'm going to miss the rest of this move to the upside. So all in the ways you handle this is going to be up to you. I just want my couple $100 a day. I think I need $15 on one of those accounts because it's only 185, right? That's all I need. I don't need a lot more than that. You can get your payouts, you can do your things. Try not to let your losses be outsized if you're only closing with $200-300 a day on profit. Pretty simple. So moving to questions. What's the setting for my moving average cloud? This right here is a 19 through a 21 inputs. I don't need that. I have it a little bit lighter and a little bit darker just so we can it's not on right now. There you go. It just differentiates a little bit the buy side to the sell side, and it's not a lot, as you can see. So this is a little bit more bold. This is a little bit less bold. All that's doing, I was playing with the 20, the 22, the 18, anywhere in that range. And I don't want a whole bunch on here. As you saw with my Ninja Trader, I've got some kind of a ribbon on there just because I haven't found something I love. But I don't want a whole bunch of clutter. I just want one thing. So this is what that looks like.
Which Arthur inmate cloud were you using? Yeah, that was my question.
This one.
Got it.
You're welcome. I hate when I can't find the right thing. So
All right, thank you. Yeah.
you are welcome. I hate when I can't find the right thing. I get so irritated. I'm like, okay, that's not the same, not the same, not the same.
Yeah.
Okay, we're pulling back, guys. We're pulling back.
Miss Jenny, with the indicator that you're using, which I didn't send the email yet to receive it, are you using the indicator more for the retest to take the entry off the retest, or just for the breaks to get into the trade based off just the break alone?
I mostly do it at break. So most of my stuff is at break. I'm right or I'm wrong. I go on with my day. So most of my trades are at break. So let's go to a clean chart, something we don't have something on. Okay. Let's go to YM. So at break, had I been following my rules and not bias, right? The whole idea to this, I think the reason why we've had so many success stories with this and why, like, I've had people who in the last few months, literally have got their first payout. They've been trading for 3 or 4 years, like literally are starting to finally see success who are really struggling. I think the biggest reason why is whether it's a strategy, a moving average, a tool, and automation, there's so much bias. There's so much, well, Jenny said this and Bojo said that and YouTube did this and we're consolidating, but I think we have to go take out yesterday's highs, or I think there's a gap here. There's a whole bunch of I think, I feel, I see, I think, I feel, and it's everywhere. The benefit of a system like this is it takes all that out when you can squash your human tendencies. So today, notwithstanding, okay, you come to the chart, you have no care or concern. You try your best not to. I do think there's some significance in looking at key levels in history, but you do your best not to get overran with bias and opinion, and you literally trade what you see. So this is the 2-minute time frame. You don't get a close to the downside, which is what your girl did this morning. Again, today notwithstanding, you get this move to the upside. You can wait for the break, which means you might accidentally take a wick like this. So that's the hard part, is if you just take it on break, you might get wicked into the wrong direction. So got to be careful. But that is a strategy all by itself. There's nothing wrong with doing it if you're doing it consistently and managing well. Of course, here's our close. Sometimes that close is going to look more like this though. So it's really too far gone if you're waiting on the close, right? So you've got option number 1, it touches, okay? You can literally put a pending order here and a pending order here, one tick outside of the box and say, hey, I'm going to trade what I see. If I'm right, I'm right. I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll close when it closes on the other side of the 50%, on the other side of the range, and I'm going to get my 1-to-1, my 2-to-1, and that's it on the day. No middle management, nothing. So how you use this at the end of the day is going to be up to you. It's very customizable. For me, I just wanted to come up into this range. I know that means sometimes I get wicked in the wrong direction. That is part of the process, okay? It is part of the good and the bad and the ugly that goes with it. And my argument for not waiting for the close is this one's perfect. This one's nice. But a lot of times it looks more like this, okay? Where this is the first close outside of the box, and by then the move has already happened. So I don't want to take it anymore. If it's, 30, 50, 60, 70% of the range has already been covered, that's too far. So now I'm praying and hoping for a retest, which I may or may not even get on a big day. So for me, I just need it to break on the other side. Break, not close. Break, not close is how I'm trading it. If we get a retest back into the range or the 50% of the range anywhere throughout the day, I'm definitely interested in that trade. Okay. Now, granted, I'm not going to just take it because, hey, we touched this line. We touched the middle part. Okay. I want to take it because we touched the middle part and we now have a bullish candle that breaks past that retracement. I want to take that buy back up, not just because we touched the top part of the box. Okay. That's a recipe for failure. We're not just, a touch is not enough. We need it to come down, touch, form a wick of rejection. We need to see bearish candles coming into this and a bullish close coming away from it. We need to see other reasons, pieces, we need other evidence, okay, other confluence to take it up. But yeah, I think that answers your question, right? Will you be able to share my screen when you're all done? Does it answer your question? We're moving down again. Still not taking that. So break, not close. That's how I'm taking it. Yes, I take retests. Trying to avoid all pre-bias doesn't always work. Especially not when you have a good track record like mine. My bias gets in the way sometimes. Definitely, definitely. Okay, so back to the chat. No verbal response there. So will I be able to share my screen when you're done with your trades? My 6-figure looks crazy. And my Ninja Trader setup, and you look at my Ninja Trader setup. Okay. Is anyone on this Zoom can help me understand my Ninja Trader platform better? I've looked at so many Ninja. There's like one video that's really good. It's like 6 minutes. It goes through. It's 6 minutes of clarity. I think his name is Nathan, and it's the only one that was any bit of help. Honestly, so lost. Can you go over market? I will go over market at my charts.
You say his name is Nathan?
Yeah.
Ninja?
Go ahead.
No, you said Nathan, right? The Ninja tutorial.
Yep. I think so. Ninja Trader tutorial, 6-minute YouTube.
I've got mine running again. I do have a live account on there. Only have $97 in it, but I don't really, again, I don't know how to.
That is not enough to trade it.
I figured that. But I mean, I can use the Sims on it as well. I just want to know how you correlate both of them. So you look at your 6 figures on what the platform that you have there. So I
Tradingview.
guess I would be using the Tradingview platform, right? And then taking my trades on the Ninja Sims account.
So for most people listening, okay, let's back this up. For most people, maybe we can clip this out and put it as a Q&A or something or label it nicely. But for most people listening, you need one prop firm account. Think Apex, Take Profit Trader, Blue Guardian. Those are my main go-tos for now. Period. Use code 6FTC. One account. Honest to God, don't go above and beyond that. You don't need to right now. Yes, you can have 5 accounts with Take Profit Trader, 20 with Apex. You can have 3 funded with Blue Guardian, but that's fine. You're not there. For now, get one account, trade it directly on Tradivate, okay, or Project X, and just practice that skill set for 30 to 90 days. A lot of these extra questions and things that we are all worried about aren't even important. The only reason I am so hell bent, excuse my French, on getting really good at mirroring is because I want to get a 7-figure payout from Apex. Okay. I think if anybody can do it, I can do it. And I think it's a pain in the butt and it's really hard. You've got trading mistakes, you've got technological mistakes, you've got connection mistakes, you've got all kinds of things. And then you've got just all kinds of things that kind of get in the way of that. And then not to mention the hard rules and stuff. But I believe I can get a, 6, 7-figure payout from Apex. That is why I'm so hell bent on staying the course. I will say again, Take Profit Trader is the easiest payout ever. Blue Guardian is systematic and easy. It is not complex. Apex is a little harder for sure, but that is what I'm doing and why I care so much about these trade copiers. Most of you, if you have one account, it costs you, let's just say $50 to $200 a month, somewhere in that range, and you fail at it for 2 months, 3 months, okay? Don't buy all the extra data. Don't buy any more subscriptions. Don't let anybody upsell you to some new service. Stop saying yes, say no, okay? You don't need it. You don't need the extra data. You don't need the extra service. You don't need it. Save your money, okay? You get your really, really, really budget this and be so for real. I promise you, by 3 months, there's no reason you haven't got at least $1,000 or $2,000 payout from Take Profit Trader or from Blue Guardian. There's literally no reason. The rules and stuff are very, very doable. Very, very honest to God doable. So
Which one is that?
I'm sorry?
Which one is that? Because I never did a prop firm. I just use my own money. But which one should I start out with? A beginner?
Oh, you're profitable with your own money?
Um,
Honest.
yes and no.
Okay. Honestly, if you're a pretty decent trader, Take Profit Trader, I love them. I love them very much. Blue Guardian allows you to use Project X, which just is a refreshing change of pace, honestly. But if you're trying to do a trade of 8 and connection stuff, I would be mostly with Take Profit Trader. If you're pretty new and you're just trying to figure out the rules and the systems and all the pros and cons, go to Apex. It's stupid cheap. It's like $33 or $59 for 300,000, I think. It's like 59
Okay,
bucks.
so once you pass it, I mean, like how soon you get a payout once you pass?
That's why I like Take Profit Trader is once you pass, then the next day you need to hit your amount. Literally, you can get a profit the next day. You literally can. I wouldn't push it that much, but you can withdraw from day one. Day
Okay,
one
yeah,
once you pass.
yeah, because I'm still like new to trying to understand the prop firm thing. I just always just use my own money. Um,
Wait,
Yeah,
I
you
just try
Jenny,
to
I
build
was
small accounts.
you use your own money on futures or Forex?
Uh, well, I started out with Forex before. I did that for a while, and then I guess I shifted over to futures and stuff like that. I mean, I
Okay.
tried the options thing a little bit, but I don't like the Greeks and stuff like that.
Yeah, true. True, true.
Jenny,
I
Somebody
don't
in
have
the
to keep watching for that.
okay.
Sorry.
No, that was my fault. Somebody in the chat said Apex has an activation fee. Yes. Right now, Take Profit Trader has no activation fee. So if you're gonna go and do this, I know that they're always having a sale, but to my understanding, Take Profit Trader doesn't always have this sale. They have no activation fee. I know Blue Guardian has buy one, get one free plus 50% off, which makes it literally 50 or 25 bucks per account and no activation fee. So if it was me and I was trying to budget smart, I would go buy 5 of those accounts or whatever, and not don't trade them all at the same time. You're not there yet, but lock in that deal, and you can do it like every other day or something, and then only have those accounts. But honestly, one account is what most people need. It's one account.
Blue
so they don't
Guardian.
have any expiration date on those, and if you can hold them, right?
They rebuild every single month.
Okay. Jenny, I was going to along the line of somebody. I'm sorry, sir. You were still talking. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
One more push up. Okay, so back to you. If you're trading your own money, yeah, get just one, just one. Take Profit Trader, Blue Guardian, or Apex. Use code 6FTC for the best possible discount, whatever they have at the time. Right now it's 80% off on Apex. It's whatever, 30% off on Take Profit Trader, and it's 50% off buy one, get one with Blue Guardian. But just get one and practice. A lot of these things that we're talking about are for the person who's maybe gotten a few payouts, passed enough challenges, and they're really trying to hone in on mirroring this and doing something a little bit bigger. So you don't need Ninja Trader. You do need Tradeovate. You don't need Ninja Trader.
Okay, I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Thank you.
You are welcome.
And I think I went on, what is this? Apex, and I tried to, yeah, Apex. And I got a lot of advertisements. Any way that you can maybe show it, because they wanted to do the pro something, then they got Apex versus Take Profit Trader. So can you do a quick show us what we supposed to sign up and where and what not to fall for? Because they have a lot of advertisement. Well, I've seen advertisement on mine. Activate,
And
no activation fee. So,
okay, so one
but
thing at
see,
a time.
I'm on the wrong one anyway.
You got to be careful. Okay.
Mm.
Take Profit Trader, the best payout policy. Oh dear God, help me. Help a girl out. Oh,
So,
that opened
so
up.
that's the one that's what it's supposed to look like. Yeah, mine is green and black. So
And they don't want you
I'm at,
trading over a certain amount, right? I did see something about that before, right?
I'm grabbing a code. So copy this.
Okay. Take that.
Copy. This way, hopefully, it's probably gonna kick us out, guys, but paste and go. Okay, so this is Take Profit Trader. Somebody in the chat. Somebody in
okay,
the
I'm
chat.
on the right one. Then it's green. It looks like that green.
Okay.
I
Hold
keep getting
on.
all these pop-ups.
We've got so many echoes.
Hey guys, once you do sign up to any of these, just take the time to pull up a YouTube and just go over the rules for the funding. You can find multiple people that have the rules because Jenny will try to cover as much as she can, but it's still your responsibility to go in and look at the details for it because there can be things that can be missed. There's certain, each prop firm varies as far as the amount of days that you may have to trade, the amount of drawdown that you may be able to be allotted, whether it's a trailing drawdown or end of day drawdown. So there's a lot of things. So she'll try to answer that to the best of her capability that she can. But just to make sure you dot all your I's and cross all your T's, take your responsibility and use those resources and pull that information up after you've, set up the account.
But for real, I'm gonna try to share the right screen, but bear with me. This is Apex, okay? It's gonna take me a second, but new window. Paste and go. Maybe. In theory.
Good advice to the new people, Jonathan. Real
There
good
we go.
advice. You gotta really do your research.
So
That's right, Jenny.
this one
That's
is
excellent point you're making because at the end of the day, it comes down to you're responsible for yourself. Jenny's an excellent teacher. She'll give you her heart. But all these questions, some of the time you just got to go find the answer yourself. That's the only way you're going to understand it. If you're not ready for prop firms, hey, you got to stay away from prop firms. You understand what's going on. Because Jonathan said it. All the information is there. It comes down to you studying. You can ask 9,000 questions, and as soon as you get off this call, you're going to have them say 9,000 questions. You want to answer it again. So you got to go look for them yourself some of the time. I mean, I'm just telling you from fact. You know?
That's very good advice. But I guess where I'm at right now, I'm just trying to make sure I sign up properly, and I'm not going to get a live account until I understand how that particular prop firm, like you said, all the
Don't
intricate
sign up till you
details.
know what you're doing. I mean, you look at it, you read the information, then you get the information, then you sign up properly. I mean, she can tell you so much, but you gotta read for yourself, and then you'll figure out how to sign up properly. Now, Aaron Scott and the people in this group are some of the best people you're gonna ever come across. But it still comes down
I'm
to,
sorry, but I think I got a bad connection because I'm getting hearing like every other word. But
well,
I appreciate you.
I just wanted to say, that and Princess Denny, because she'll give you her heart. At the end of the day, we gotta be responsible for ourselves. I'm done, Jenny.
Absolutely.
Sorry about that.
okay. So here, let me come back
Sure.
over this. Guys, again, the prop firm industry is hard. If it was easy, everyone would be rich, okay? It is hard. I'm not recommending it as your mainstay. I've done probably better. Well, no, that's not fair, but I've put more into prop firms for it to be off balance. But you can do very, very well with your own account with AMP. There's no referral links. There's nothing like that. It's 100% easy peasy. Optimus, from what I hear, has got a good platform. It was just not a platform I was familiar with, so I didn't end up going with them. I think prop firms are a good place to learn. You don't have to learn there, so don't get overwhelmed. Pick one and stay the course. Just pick one and stay the course. I personally am a big fan of Take Profit Trader. It was just the easiest process to get a payout. Top Step is not bad, but they keep changing the rules. So, and because of their little 5 payout policy thing and just their shifting playground, I just didn't love it. Blue Guardian has Project X. Most of the people, if you're new, honestly, go to Project X and don't listen to anything we talk about for Tradeovate or Ninja Trader. You are probably way safer just going to Blue Guardian and sticking with Project X because it's a very user-friendly, it's a closer version to TradingView and MT4. It's got a lot of the tools you're familiar with and a lot of the layout you're familiar with. It's not overly complex or overwhelming. So that's my 2 cents there. But on the platform levels, like just take it really, really low and slow, very, very low and very, very slow. I'm going to go here, go back to actual, we had another question in the chat, which was should about a little bit of trading. That's Apex. The person, I'm going to be all over the place, you guys.
Janet, do I click on that pro thing that you just showed on? Where it
Apex?
said, yeah, with the next page that you went to, where it said pro something.
Oh, hold on. It's going to take a second. What about it?
It was a page that was like blue that you just were on, but
This one.
yeah, that green. So where it says pro account, do I click a pro account or?
Yeah, well, you can't get a pro account without you have to get approved for a pro account. It's going to take you time.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to click on what account should I apply for you? The lowest one,
The
the
50,000
least expensive one, I should say.
$50,000 one. It's not even gonna pull up. This is a private browser. I've got a business account and a personal account with Take Profit Trader. But it's not even gonna pull up.
Okay, I see right
Well,
for
you pretty much
167.
you pretty much answered my question, like I said, because like I said, when I went on there, a lot of pop-ups came up, and I said it said apply for pro, and I'm like, so okay,
Wade or whoever's talking right now, honestly,
yeah,
click
that's
on the
me.
link directly in the bio, like in the link tree, just click directly on that link, and then you'll know you're on the right site. You won't have to worry about being scammed, okay? If you
Okay,
honestly
you put
use
it
that,
in
yeah,
chat.
if you actually
Okay,
use the link that's in the link tree, you don't have to worry about being scammed because there are weird accounts that look like this but are not this. So you click on the link that's directly in the link tree and you won't have to worry about being scammed. Use the code 6FTC and you know for sure you'll get the best discount. But that's
the
it.
link to you're talking about the chat, correct?
No, no, sir. It's in the link tree. It's on the YouTube. You probably have access to it from the YouTube.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna post it in the chat.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Brika. I miss
Thank
gold.
you.
Okay, you're welcome. So back to the question. Once you pass your eval, then you have a pro account. I am never gonna find this again. Cool. In Perry, he said, look, he works during this time. We do have automation. You'd have to really, you're obviously not going to be trading with NQ. You're going to trade with MNQ. But if you're looking for a way, like once you get all the connections all set up properly, this one's not as great. We've posted some that are 70, 80%. And this is 32 period look back. This is on the 3 minute. You've got a lot of potential of what this can make you when you automate this exact strategy, picking a couple of time frames. The settings obviously are going to be up to you. You can trail, you can get out. We do have that, yes. I will be building out all of that stuff once we get a little bit finalized. We had so many TradingView questions. It was not the best time to be releasing this. Not the best time at all. Just too many very novice people. So I wouldn't be able to efficacely, if that's a word, answer that question. But I'm excited. I currently have this running on a one contract on MNQ and MES and MYM. I
Okay.
need to put it on M Gold, but I haven't yet. So I'm basically just growing or blowing kind of one account, just testing different things. It is awesome and I'm very excited about it, but give it some time. And probably most of that's going to be tutorials and stuff like that you'll get to work with.
Okay. Thank you, Jenny.
You are welcome.
Jenny, down at the bottom, where the breakout strategy report is that maximum equity drawdown of 101% real?
I can't say how that works. This should be, I don't know a lot about that. So here, this visibility properties, when it comes on screen, this will say $1 million, but since I lowered it to 50,000, okay? Like, so I wanted to model a $50,000 account. But there's no way it'll be 101 max drawdown, 101%. I have no idea what that is.
Well, maybe
No, I
what
think
that
that's
is
max
because the account
close.
grew to 94,000 or grew to some higher number that it's that percentage of the initial deposit that was drawn down.
I can't say. I don't know enough about this. I don't know enough about this at all.
Because there's no way you should have blown an account with a profit factor of 1.3.
I don't know. So this right here, the greatest loss drawdown and the greatest possible loss of the strategy has compared to its highest profits. That would track with the 50% win ratio.
Okay.
Miss Jenny,
The lowest equity, yes, sir, that we got was, yes, sir.
good morning. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
I finally got my account set up with AMP.
Oh, and you didn't even have to sell a kidney or anything.
No, I didn't. I want to just thank you for showing me how to do it. Um, and also today I did pretty good on there. I made 280.
I'm back to 280 with what, if you don't mind me asking and you want to share with the team,
It
but
was the 1250 account that I was trying to set up yet last week. So I
okay,
did
that's
pretty
awesome.
good on that. Yep.
What contract size did you trade?
I was trading the micros and I was on the what was it? NQ.
So
M
MNQ,
yep, MNQ.
good job. That's 20% gains on the day. Well, 18, 15, something like that.
I was really trying to go for like 150, somewhere around in there, but it kept going back and retesting and I kept jumping in.
That's awesome.
Sometimes the market gives and gives and gives, and sometimes it takes and takes and takes.
Yeah, you're right.
That what you just said is one of the reasons why I still think personal money is easier, because you could be a profitable trader, but this is a profitable trading journey, meaning 0.36 up, whatever, down 26, up 50 to, 5%, 8%. This is a realistic journey of what your trade journal will look like when you're being real. And it's on the very high end of the good side. But if you have this kind of a trading record, you have failed. You have failed this city. What movie is that from? But like you have failed because you did good. You have failed because this doesn't match. You definitely failed by here. You failed here, your SOL here. This didn't make enough to bounce out your high water mark. Like with the different rules, this is a really practical, good, bad, and ugly. I would probably drop in a few more red months, but this is real. And that's the benefit of trading with your own $1,200 AMP account. And if you're going to be spending 1,200 bucks on a prop firm, you may as well spend 1,200 bucks on your own account and see what you can accomplish, because on your own account, you can decide, I'm going to take out that $200 today, leave 80 bucks to grow it, and then just keep doing that over and over and over again. Over and over. So that's awesome.
Miss Jenny, I have a question.
Okay, come on out.
Okay. For the gentleman who was just on there, Mr. Corey, was his set up with Blue Guardian or Apex? Just a small question I had.
It's AMP, it's his personal funds.
Okay, AMP. So I'm just collecting the information from the training, and then from there, I'm gonna do my research. So I have Blue Guardian, Apex, and AMP is another one.
Okay, Blue Guardian, Apex, Take Profit Trader, those are prop firms.
Okay.
AMP is a personal brokerage, meaning you put your own money in.
Oh, okay.
And before you get too turned off by that, remember, I do think $100 a month on one of these prop firms, you don't have to get 5, okay? Unless you're already having some kind of a skill set. But $100 a month is a really good lesson to learn, okay? It's a really good,
Right.
it's a good stomping ground as you get familiar with just that this moves different, it trades different. But honestly, if you bought 5, 6, 7 challenges, you've already funded your own account, so you may as well trade your own money.
Right. Right. Okay, I got it. I just wanted to make sure I had a little question there. I got it now.
And don't be afraid to paper trade until you understand what you're doing.
Right. Yes,
once
for
you
sure.
once you get a understanding what you're doing, and not that you can tell, I'm just for me, what do you recommend would be a good basis to start where you give yourself a little breathing room, $1,000 or something? Is that good?
That's
Oh yeah, definitely.
no. I would never say it. So the guy who just did that, he traded a perfect day. I will tell you
Okay.
very honestly, the last few weeks, a $2,000 and a $3,000 account didn't even have enough money in it to take 2 MES trades because they lower the leverage, they lower the margin on those accounts. So honestly, if you want to practically have room, you technically can take a trade on $1,000. But if you want to be smart, you definitely need a little bit more. I'm thinking 2 to 5,000. And most people would be a lot meaner, and I'm going to say mean, but I'm going to also say honest and tell you you're not being very smart if you're putting in 2 or 3 grand. It's just not enough room. Most people are going to recommend 5 to 10 grand for futures. Being very, very honest. Very, very honest.
Yeah, I found in order to right size for the micros, you really need to have 10 grand.
We're talking
Okay.
proper trading. Now, Anik just said you can make 1,000, well, 1,000 and 2,000 with Tradivate. You technically can. I can technically put $100 into a Forex account and go grow it or blow it. But if you're not trying to grow it or blow it, and I don't know where you guys are at financially, to me, $100, $500 is grow it or blow it money. When you get to 4 figures, it's not grow it or blow it anymore. Okay. So, and I'm just telling you where I'm at, and I make a pretty decent amount every year. Okay. I make a decent amount. I've got businesses, I've got real estate, and I'm building more and more empires, and we'll see how that goes. But seriously, to me, 4 figures is not grow it or blow it. But for you, maybe it is. So if you're going grow it or blow it, you can technically do 1 or 2,000. But practically, and any wise investor would tell you, you need more than that. You need like 5, 10 grand for the proper account to have proper sized, proper risk, meaning you're not risking 10 to 20% of your account on a trade. You can do it, but doesn't mean you should. Okay.
Okay, Miss Jenny, one more question.
Okay.
So, in order to test drive myself to make sure, see what I would do, I'm at the point to go ahead and I have the indicator on my chart through Tradingview, and I'm at the point now to decide how to test my skills and see what I would do. So what would you recommend for someone like me just to test myself? Because I could get in there and do something, but like you said, you'll blow your account. It's not a wise thing to do. So how should I proceed from here just with testing myself? I have TradingView, I have the indicator. I signed up to Tradivate so far.
So I thought Tradeovate was going to give us an actual demo. Hold on, I'm going to mute everybody. There you go. I thought Tradeovate would give us an actual demo, but it's a very temporary one, so I'm not going to recommend that. Paper trading on what's it called? On TradingView actually limits some of the options, and if you're not trying to learn just on TradingView, probably not the best place to be. For me, honest to God, the cheapest buy-in to get the data that you need, the subscriptions that you need, and the access to the connections that you need, I'm telling you the truth, is like a little prop account. They're between 33 and $100 a month, but that's going to give you everything you need. Because here's the truth, even if you do a demo account, like if you did an AMP demo account, you don't have access to TradingView, okay? If you do an AMP MT5 account, which isn't going to teach you all these tools, you do get access to the data, but it resets every month. So there are some workarounds, but the best straight through process is going to cost you about $30 to $100 a month. And it's going to be one of those prop firms because again, it gives you the connections you need, all the pairs you're trying to study, the CME data that you need. Okay. It gives you the parts you need. If you try to find the workarounds, what you're going to find out is, okay, well, I did the workaround and I also have to pay $20 and I also have to pay $10 and I also have to pay $30. And by then you've already bought the challenge anyways. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Well,
you're right.
Jenny,
I had to pay for all.
Jenny, to be honest with you, I have I could afford to, like you said, $30 to $100 a month. I don't have to two, three, four, five, $10,000. I didn't know it would involve that much trying to get going. But just to practice, I can afford the $30 to $100 a month just to get my skills up to par. And for me, and this is just me, please, anyone, don't take what I'm saying and do it yourself. Um, but for me, if I'm confident enough, I don't have a problem getting a loan on a credit card. Again, please, nobody, don't do that. I'm talking about for me. If I'm confident enough where I know what I'm doing and I can, it's pretty much like a loan that I can pay off before the 6 months are over or the year, whatever.
And that's
But
just it.
I don't have that type of capital to be honest, transparent. I
And
don't know
that's
if
great.
anybody else is like that, but yeah, I can do the 30 to $100 a month, even with a prop firm, and there are rules, which the rules are really kind of help you discipline yourself anyway when you do go live.
Hey, a lot of you guys have known me a long time. Okay. I am not a salesperson. I have a huge heart for people. I love business. Okay. So when I'm telling you dollar for dollar, the best buy-in is a prop firm, which again, anybody who's known me a very long time, I was never a big fan. I'm telling you, the cheapest way to get access to all the things you need and to get the skill set is probably a prop firm. I'm being honest. And then I'm not against using credit wisely, using credit as an investment. Okay. I'm 100% for that. Um, once you prove you have the skill. But
Right.
I'm telling you, that's just kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
The
And
best
that's
way
why I
to
said
use one of
don't.
these prop firms would be to one of the things I've learned with these prop firms is you can actually build up your personal account with prop firms if you take these prop firms seriously enough. If you just trade them very, very diligently, if you can get them to a payout, take those payouts and just flip them into your own accounts, and that way
Right.
you can continue
That's a
to
good
build.
idea.
Yeah, you can build out of these prop firms, and there's some guys that I follow that they actually talk about that, and just using the prop firms to boost up your own funds. Instead of using your
Yeah.
own funds, you can use these prop firms and just flip the money into your own accounts.
And
Yeah,
that's
the other thing about the
100%.
prop firms is that their money management rules are stringent for a reason, and they're not a bad thing to learn. Until you really know how to treat your money management, you are going to make stupid mistakes. And you can learn to break the rules once you really understand the rules.
Right. Right.
And so, for the prop firms that have, trailing drawdowns and such, you need to think of it as you're trying to, not risk a lot of money. You're trying to pick up pennies and do it consistently.
100%. And just for clarity, guys, that's exactly what I did. I used my payouts last year, okay, to fund my AMP account last year. That is 100% what I did. 100% and that's 100% what we're doing.
That's good advice. Like you said, just take it's kind of having the best of both worlds. You're not really relying on the prop firms, but you're using them to your advantage until you can get your own personal capital built up to a point where you won't even need the prop firms unless you desire it. You want to be relying on it. It'd be your own
100%.
money that you can build.
Well, that's your personal capital plus your skill. That's what you're trying to build up.
Right. And like, so what is your name? Is this Scott again?
I'm Scott.
Scott. And like you said too, and I agree, the prop firms kind of make you get better discipline in the sense of the word, or make you stay in the guidelines of not over leveraging or being caught in the sin of when to get out of the trade rather than trying to ride it out, what have you. So those guidelines, yeah, they may be working in their favor, but also if you um, discipline yourself, it can add to your overall trading ability.
It
True.
won't
That's the way I
add to
see
it.
it.
It will make it possible.
Well,
Hello.
Miss Jenny.
Robert, come on out. I'm gonna mute everybody but Robert. Go ahead. Well, mute all. Robert, you unmute. There you go.
Okay, can you hear me?
There you go.
All right. So I guess thanks first and foremost. I'm fairly new to this community, at least on the paid option. I followed Uncle P off and on, but I guess one of my first questions is I'm fairly new. I'm kind of familiar with futures. I have taken some trades here and there before. One of my biggest problems is so like when I've had a Tradify account and I've worked with Apex. I'm gonna try take profit. But where I'm having my issue is when you're on TradingView and you can slide your stop and take profit. I can't do it when I'm on my actual live account, like through the prop firm on
Wait,
TradingView.
on TradingView, yes.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's something, when you're on your demo, that option you just click it and go. But I didn't know if that's just something from the prop firm or if that's just when you hook up to a live account.
So ready, this is just a small, I'm gonna go to MES because I already made mistakes on this eval. And it's just an eval I'm gonna use for class, guys. So take it with a grain of salt. I'm gonna turn off, so reset. So now I don't have any whatever's on here. I'm gonna hit buy, okay? I don't have the option like I do literally on the screen below to just drag
Right.
take profit or my top profit, nor is it going to show on screen. It doesn't. So I have to come up here. I have to right click and I have to go add. It's been a while since I've done this, but you can also do it from here. Sell limit. Okay. I do sell because I'm buying now. So I do sell limit. Okay. That's going to appear up there. That's my take profit. If I do a sell limit. So, I got to do it this way again. Go to the side, sell stop. That's my stop loss. It's the only way to do it. And then now that they're on screen, I can drag them.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter any. So if I use take profit, it's going to be the same thing if I'm trading directly on TradingView.
Yep.
Okay. So if I start using, only thing about using NinjaTrader, I'm not going to be able to. I'm trying to streamline everything, just kind of like back to Forex, and I'm trying to be able to take my
I had
trades
that
and
same
everything.
issue, not know how to use the sell stop on a different platform.
Me too. So let's talk about it. This is a good time to talk about it. So make sure I flatten all that.
Yeah.
I'm going to close this.
So different brokers have different area places to do that, because I know that on Top Step you can click and move do it, but on different brokers, I know Tradeovate, there's different ways. So I guess each broker have a different way of doing that. Is that correct?
More accurately, each platform has a different way of doing things.
Yeah, that's about
So
design.
remember, the broker and the prop firm, so even AMP might have connections to NinjaTrader and or TradingView and or MT5. Optimus has their own little online service, and then they have a few different things. They supposedly had MT5 through Iron Beam, but that I think is not as functional as they think it is. They're all different connections. Top Step actually has Rhythmic, which goes into NinjaTrader, which is also a Tradeovate connection. I hope you found out how messed up that was. Rhythmic to Tradeovate to NinjaTrader, which also links to TradingView. So again, guys, it's the platform we're talking about learning. And that's why there's so much talk right now. And I know it's not the sexy part of these calls, but it's important because you need to know the platform. You need to know the platform, period, across the board. So
AMP offers over 50 platforms.
It's platform that you're talking about. The broker might have access to a lot of different versions of a platform, but you have to know. I will tell you though, the more connectivity, the linking you're doing from Ninja to Tradeovate to TradingView to blah blah to blah blah to blah blah, the more you get this risk of ghost orders. So notice how when I hit buy, because I had this up, if I close this in general, this all closes. This is officially a crap account, but I'm going to turn this off. So reset that. If I buy, and I do the problem is, and this probably isn't going to do it because I'm trying to show it, but if I do a sell and I sell, if I close this, these don't always disappear, which means now we have what these are called ghost orders. Now this, they probably will because I'm trying to show something and that's the axiom of life, but you need to know on your platform. One of the biggest reasons I'm against trading on TradingView is because there's no exit all button. And I have so many windows with TradingView open, any one of them could accidentally be logged into this platform. And if this platform is hooked to 20 accounts, I'm putting, $1.5 million at jeopardy. I mean, technically the drawdown amount's only like 50,000, but I'm putting a lot of capital at risk. So there's no way to exit all. When you're on Tradeovate, you can exit all, make sure you've logged in every account and exit all, and then there's no ghost orders present. So super important, pick one platform and get good at it. And I like TradingView for charting. I do not like them for trading.
So when you
Innovate
say ghost
also,
order, Jenny, are you saying they can still be active?
So this sell order, so let's say I had a buy and it got knocked out with a stop loss, right? If this hit my stop loss, this take profit version of a sell limit doesn't always close. And even if it looks closed on one platform, especially when you're linking platforms, it could be not closed on other platforms. So that's what we're calling a ghost order. Got it? This is just chilling open. And then it
Okay, yeah, so
activates.
it's still active. Okay, I got you. It's a ghost order. Got you.
Yep. As far as I know, TradingView has no close all button, no exit all button. So, wait, in the chat, William said, Miss Jenny, another option is fund AMP or Ninja Trader or Tradeovate with a minimum of $100. So just put your $100 in there. Okay. They can use that amount for platform and data only. Both brokerages give you a demo account with no expiration date. Just need to have an active live account. So that is a workaround. That is a workaround if you guys are interested.
That's what I
Yes, that's
started with,
correct.
Miss Jenny.
That's what I did when I first got started. Just to let everyone know that the Ninja Trader
How many platforms do you have, Miss Jenny?
Hold on, one question at a time. The person who was speaking first, go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that the Ninja Trader actually owns Tradeovate. So basically, once you sign up with one or the other, you get access to both. And then with Tradeovate, you actually purchase the TradingView integration. So say you put $140 in Ninja Trader, you could use the data, like say for this CME instruments like ES and NQ. And then you can also purchase the TradingView integration for like 10. So it's like $14 a month. And don't trade the live account, but trade the demo accounts, and it won't be any expiration date. As long as you have an active account with money in it to take out the data fees and the fee for the TradingView integration.
See, there you go. But then they are going to keep billing it though. So am I?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's monthly. Yeah,
Right.
correct. Yeah.
LMG, you're doing just fine with Forex. You're fine. But
Yeah, y'all left Forex to me alone, you know? I really
honestly,
want to follow, but leaving the money behind, man, it's gonna hurt.
yeah, that was my biggest problem. As you know, I had a lot of automation running, but all the brokers and the problems got left behind. Like it was very hard. The amount of problems that we faced over on that side of the industry are just, they're too much. So I obviously am going to keep my Dragonfly, my Sniper Pro. I still have my FX account running US 30. We hit targets last night for indices in US 30, but otherwise I'm being really slow because we're moving 2 or 3% a day at this point. Like, and we were in buys. I could have made 10 grand overnight. Like I didn't. I made a grand, but I'm just being really precautious because any of these moves, if you get stuck on the wrong side, it won't take very much to blow an account. It's just too big of a move. It's too much movement. So
I have a question.
come on out.
So two things. If anybody can help me, I've done Google, I've gone on YouTube and all this. My TradingView platform is super tiny. For me to see like all the indicators up to the left. Um, my what you call it, my watch list is super tiny. I was able to go in and change the font for the like the cost area, but everything else is like super tiny in that I have to get up and put my eyeball almost that. So I don't know how to change it. I've reset where they said go in the thing and reset it and all that. That's not doing anything, but it's super tiny.
I think
And
up
it
in your
didn't used to
search
be like
bar,
that.
there's up in your search bar, there may be a plus sign and a minus sign. If you right up in your search bar where you search for the web that pull up TradingView, that happened to me before, and I didn't even realize up in the search bar it would be a plus sign and a minus sign. When you click on it, it'll enlarge everything or make it smaller.
Okay, I'll look for that when I thank you. I'll try that because I've Googled, I've done everything. And I don't know what I hit to do it because I've been using TradingView for a year and it's never happened before, so I didn't know how to fix it. The second thing is I use TradingView now that I've started the futures for paper trading. And so I took the ES and I thought I was getting down. I mean, I thought I made like 300 something dollars or something like that. And then when I go to, and I did it on a couple of them, and then when I go to account history, my realized P&L is like pennies. Like one of them, I thought I was in profit, and then when I did the P&L, it's like negative $7.50, negative $2.50, and where I thought I had made like what 250, 350 or something, it was only plus 37.50. So it does not tell me what my commission. I mean, I could do the math to see, but it doesn't tell you like while it's going up and showing you like you're in the positive right now. It does. I don't see it anyway, where it tells you like you're up 500, but it's taking out 200 commission fees, and therefore you're only up. Your P&L is really this, so you don't know like while it's running. I got to let it run a little bit more in actual to be in profit on this paper trading for TradingView.
So trading for paper trading, I can't help you with that. But like if you need your actual data, again, that's where you log into like your actual broker, like Tradevate to see it.
Yeah. Yep.
The paper trading doesn't show all that stuff as much, but I don't know anything about that to help there.
Yeah, and I'm glad we went over the how you do the stop loss and take profit because I was trying to do that too and it didn't work. So I'm glad somebody asked that question. And
Hey, to reset your chart, make sure obviously you click up here to reload it, but also if I go way over here and I click on like I'm on Safari, but go to view, I can go to actual size to whatever window I'm on, and that helps me. I don't know what the Windows equivalent of that is, but that's how I resize it. So if I hold on, let me see. I can't never break it on purpose, but I'm gonna try. Let's see if I can break it. I always break it on accident. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, I can't help you. Sorry, I did try. But when I break it, that's how I reset mine.
okay,
Yes,
okay. One more
You can
time, Miss
click,
Jenny.
Jenny, you can click right there on them numbers. Double click, see where the numbers, yeah, click, yep, you can drag it up and down like that.
Well,
And
no,
then
like
you can
when I
double click
hold on.
if you lose your charts.
No, it's something else.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I have a question. Are you using the website or are you using the app?
A TradingView app? I'm using the website.
No, 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 the one with the problem.
Oh, I'm
Oh, I was
using
like,
it don't really matter when I pull it up.
No, because I know the way around it. I was trying to walk you through so you can reset it. But I type it up on the message though.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So that's why I was asking you. If you're using the app, there are three dotted line on the upper right. You click on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see the three dotted line.
Okay, you click on it.
Yeah.
You should be able to see Zoom. So you just increase it.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Ow. Okay. Thank you so much.
That's funny. She's like, oh.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, thank you for your help. All right, there was a gentleman trying to come out. He was asking about prop firms. What was your question there? And then I'll take one more question after that. So him and then one other. Was it JD or just noticed? He said how many accounts?
That wasn't me.
Yeah, I know. It was somebody else. But whoever was asking about how many prop firms, I am working with the ones that I know pay. Again, just to be fully transparent, the only reason I'm sticking with Apex is because I want to be one of those big old 6, 7 figure payouts. Okay. I think it's going to be a lot of work. Because again, I know how to find the direction. So I can take the scalp and mostly win. I can take the big trade and mostly win. But because of all the rules, I can't just take this trade unless I'm really trading micros. I can't just take this trade and let it go. I need to get what I get and get out. And of course, if I get a retest, I'll get in again or get in again. But I need to get in and out. So I'm not getting the huge size moves even when I'm right on the direction. So I'll take this one in my Blue Guardian, like I said this morning, all the way to target, and I'll either win or lose. I won't really lock until I'm, pretty far away, or I'll scale out of some of it. But right now I'm testing quite a few. There's a lot of negativity in terms of all the props, and I get why. It sucks to lose, and it's easy to blame when we do, even me, okay? But I think it's, like Scott said, a good place to go learn and to try out some new skill sets. So right now I'm working with 5, and I've probably tested 10 in total. The 3 that I recommend are my 3 favorites. Beyond that, we'll see. I'll see how one of this other one does with payouts. They have some really cool functions like Take Profit Trader does in terms of like they give you rewards back for how much you spend. They give you part of what you've made in your eval. Like so there's other perks, but I just want to have, other than Apex, I want to have 1 or 2 accounts with which each firm. Like for example, on Take Profit Trader, I have 1 or 2 accounts on personal, 1 or 2 accounts on business. And then just see how it goes. So we'll see. And I think that answers that question. And I'll take one more question, and then
Hey,
that.
hey,
Someone,
Jenny.
hey, Woody.
Okay, I've been waiting. I I'm up on my take profit prop firm. Well, I'm pretty familiar with prop firms. I've had payouts a couple years ago. Uh, I got what was I finna say? Take profit trader. I got a new question before I ask my real question. Can I ask you, why do you do half and half like that, business and personal? Well, because I thought about once I passed take profit, I was going to do it under my business, right? Uh, what's the reasoning for that?
First off, not all firms let you have a business and a personal. Um,
Okay.
Second off, business expenses. We need write-offs. Okay.
Okay.
Right now I'm LLC filing as S Corp, but I'm honestly just trying to get smarter. So there are probably people way smarter at me than this, but I'm just trying to find that finite balance between where the money goes, comes, and how I spend it so I can pay Uncle Sam less taxes. Okay.
Gotcha.
That's a big part. So to be very transparent, guys, these prop firms, the benefit is it's taxed a little different. So if I can manage to get my 6 and 7 figures from them, and I'm already, when I hit 6 figures from in total, okay, which I'm pretty close from all the prop firms that I've been testing and stuff. When I hit that, of course, I'll tell you and we'll announce it, and then I'll put some bigger challenge out there, like on my YouTube, saying, "Hey, the goal is 7." But it's tax different, so the payout is tax different than the payout from when you withdrawing from a foreign brokerage. And the government has gotten much better at the foreign brokerage stuff, and they've gotten much better at the coin tracker stuff. I don't think the way they do taxes on that is fair. I have my own little complaints there, which is a tax topic for another time because the fees are never accounted for and you're responsible. It's a whole thing, but I digress.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's actually more tax favorable to get paid out that way. And if I'm letting it sit in a certain way, it's a tax advantage. So
Yeah, I
that's
used to do it back with, you remember my Forex funds before they just crashed and burnt?
yep.
I used to do it with them. So yeah, I did get some uh kind of baby with it, just learning it back then. That was like three years ago, something like that. But um I plan on, once I pass take profit trader, get a payout, I want to get 5 with them. Not going crazy, nothing crazy. But my I won't say dream, but my biggest goal is the same as yours, is to actually utilize Apex, minus the negative reviews and all that. I just really want to stretch Apex out, being that they have that, you where you're able to get that big of a payout.
That's life changing. So if I spend $300,000 on my way there, I'm still making more than I spent. Now, those are big numbers, I get it, but most of the people, there are the exceptions, let's be fair. There are the exceptions, but most of the people who have got bigger than seven-figure payouts have put bigger than six figures into it. So let's all, just compartmentalize. They put either 8 to 10 years or they've put multiple six figures and or both in most cases.
Right.
So that's something that people need to be aware of. This is not easy. I have a lot of complaints with the 30% up or down rule. It just makes it to where you can't have a bet. And I'll bring this up again. This is real trading. And this, I have a real track record like this where it just looks like, but we can't do that with Apex. So you have to get really good at, I got my money. I got my money. Okay, today was a bad day. I'll take one or two bad trades and then I'm done. I won't run it any more than that.
You
And
gotta be disciplined.
yeah.
Oh my God.
It's very hard. And then, of course, one bad day and then the whole trailing drawdown. Yes, once you get past the buffer, that's nice. But then you have the 8 days and then you have the 30%, then you have the 5 to 1. You've got these other little finite things that don't seem like they'd be that big of a deal until you get the denial letter that says, oh, you've got windfall trading, you've got all the different things that they have on there. It's like windfall trading. My biggest day was literally 1,100. How the heck, what the heck? That's not even fair. My biggest day here was smaller by 20, it was 25%. Like it wasn't huge. So it's going to be a lot, but where else in the world can you make $1 million, $2 million? So
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
otherwise, guys, to be honest, I'd probably do Apex. I'm doing for the blow it, grow it, grow it or we're blowing it kind of concept. But take profit trader if you have one or two accounts, get a payout or two, get literally two payouts a month. Get your, 6,000, 3 to 6,000 a month. That's a lifestyle right there. And it's hard. Always have your eval in reserve. Cool. Blue Guardian, go for your couple $100 a day, take out $500 every couple of weeks, or every week, depending on what your growth is. And then it's simple. But Take Profit Trader is the one that takes the cake without a doubt for me.
I'm glad you said that, Jenny. Not to take much more of your time up, but that take profit, you just gave a gem. So anybody new, I want to reiterate that for you, Jenny, because I've been with you for years. I just been in the background, but I would say
Oh, I love you.
take.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. I'm the one that I told you I've been killing it in Sydney session, and I got laid off from my trucking job, so I had a decision to make. Oh, you go buy a box truck, go do that, or you put your blood, sweat, and tears of all the time that you've devoted with trading and learned from Jenny and Uncle P, and just really put it into trading. So I'm almost there, passing the take profit account. But anyways, I want to reiterate, I know take profit glorifies you getting paid every day, right? But if you can discipline yourself and shy away from that, it'd be good to just really test yourself and discipline yourself to get paid twice a month, like you just said. Uh, a lot of people don't realize that, and then all of a sudden the account is gone. I know that because I did it last month.
Hey,
So
hey, speaking of that, guys, there's a lot of people who there was somebody else in the chat. There's a guy I talk to quite regular. He's an avid passer. And then once he gets it, there's always that little bit of a rule. There is intraday drawdown even on your pro account. So once you get it, please don't just go make your 4,500 and call it a good day. Like you need to take it slow, okay? Be smart. It's fine. You can't go back into drawdown more, but by more than 2 grand, okay? You can't do it. Even if you have a $5,000-6,000 buffer, if it's not the buffer that you think it is. So I highly recommend take out the 500 when you're able. Okay, just take out the little bit to pay yourself for what you spent. Okay, so break even plus, and then low and slow. Don't let those trades run against you because you think you built a buffer. That's what people say about toxic. Not toxic. Toxic is what I'm thinking. But Apex, Apex, oh, well, you built a buffer. Yes and no, because technically you still can't have the 30% rule. So that whole you built a buffer crap, that's just another shiny object syndrome. Please don't let your trades run against you exponentially a lot. Please don't let your winners run exponentially a lot. Just take your trades, okay, and low and slow. You've had an off day, test yourself and say crap. So I took a loss. I took this and MNQ, okay? This is the one that I had mirrored on all the accounts. So I took this loss fair and square, okay? I won it back plus some. I got out whatever on, I don't know, this one or this one. Maybe this one. I don't know. But we got out, okay, definitely before this. Cool. So I've made up my loss plus some, and that's it. So I'm allowed to take 2 or 3 trades in a session like this. And if I'm still down after 3 trades, I'm not allowed to take anymore. You're just not allowed. No matter what, you're not allowed to take anymore.
No
So
more. No more. After 3 trade, that's it. No more.
and hey, people are like the 5%. Trading 5% of a risk, which is why Scott said you need 5 or 10,000. I know that's not sexy and no one wants to talk about it. But if you have less than 5 or 10,000, you're probably trading 5 to 10, 20% risk per trade, okay, which is too much. And honestly, it's too much with these prop firms. If you have a $2,500 drawdown limit, you shouldn't be risking 10% per trade, which is 25 or 250. That's too much to risk per trade. No wonder you're going to blow it so quick. Because if you had 3 bad days, which you will have 3 bad days sometimes, you're allowed to go a little wild and okay, this was my off season. The whole point is being able to still have the account day 4. Okay, it's fine, but you can't do that if you're risking $250, $500 per trade and calling that a good trade plan. It's not a good trade plan.
I agree. Thank you,
No.
Jenny.
And this is my last question, but first I'd like to give you kudos to you and other people who are really helping us with this. I just have a question in reference to, will you all be able to have a share my screen day where you all are making money and I love it, but I would like to be there with you, but I can't do that until I get my platform or whatever set up correctly, even if it's not, I know you're already only 2 days a week, but maybe the weekend when there's no trading going on, so we can focus on maybe getting myself another setup correctly so we can enjoy the niceties that you all are doing.
Rika, are you still on right now?
Yep, I was just getting ready.
Can you pretty please post the link in the chat?
Yeah, it'll be posted today. It might not look pretty. The next time it gets posted, it'll look prettier. But yeah, I'll post it in. You want me to post it in this chat here?
Zoom chat, yes, please. Thank you.
Yep, will do.
Okay, so what
thank
she's
you.
getting ready to
Thanks for
post,
posting it.
what she's getting ready to post is our resident expert TradingView person. Honestly, I'm a big advocate. We said this in Forex days, we said this in super easy days, I'll say it in today's days. This is a skill set that I know is painful and hard and it's frustrating and it's nerve-wracking. I get it. But this is a skill set we all need. So I encourage you to get comfortable via tutorials. I will make very great tutorials. If you tell me, Jenny, I want to know this, and this, be specific, and I'll put a list on my desk and I'll go make 2 a day. Okay. So tell me what you need to know and I will make those and I'll get those out to you. Beyond that, this link that she is posting right now is a one-on-one with our resident. He's our tool guy for MT4, MT5, but he's also stepped up and volunteered to be the resident TradingView guy. So if you need help setting up your tutorial, I don't want to step on any toes, but my understanding is it'll look something like you remote in, you download everything, you get the licensing and stuff, and then you save it as a template, you save all that you need to save, ask your couple of questions and get off. And that's kind of the setup of that. So you do have that accessible for anybody who desperately needs it. I would say to honor his time as well as yours, please make sure you've already requested the indicator from Futrix, got the email back that she has completed it. Otherwise, you're going to be all over the place and you're not going to be able to accomplish what you have booked. So do not book until you have already got the confirmation for what that you need from Futrix or wherever that you are now, you've got your license or whatever for the indicator. Okay.
Okay, yep, I've got everything already on. So this is going to be an extra cost for this, right?
Yeah, I think I don't know what it is. I haven't talked to him about it. It's like 30, 40.
It's in the link. We already have all that worked out. It's in the link. So when you click on the link, the information will be there. And like Jenny said, just have everything ready to go so he can set you up because he's like an independent contractor. So he's not a direct
Appreciate that again, but like I said, I really all I need is somebody to just say like I said, my trading view chart went funky and I don't know what happened. So that's why I said I just need a kickstart, but okay. All right, thank you.
You are welcome.
And I want to thank the person that helped me get my chart from being tiny with the 3 dots work perfectly. I just thank you so much.
You are welcome. My name is Anik. I just started. Today is my first day actually joining you
Oh,
guys.
okay. See there, and you already helped me out. Thank you, Anik.
You're
And
welcome.
ma'am, if you look in the top now, you'll see a plus thing up the top where I told you before, and you can do it from there as well. It should be in your search bar. It's gonna be a little plus sign.
All right, awesome, guys. Hey, this is Tradingview. We got our pips or points and ticks on the day. We got our profit. I, again, did not follow the rules early on. This is real. You're going to come to the table, you're going to see real. But my only goal is to show you that after 6 months, you can be imperfect and still profitable. You can make your human mistakes and still profitable. That's what we're going for is the long term. So didn't have any losses to book last week. We've got some to book this week, and tomorrow is going to be a great day. If you have particular questions on TradingView, strategy, this, that, or another, please post them, email them to sixfiguretradingcoach@gmail.com, but put them on our YouTube, and I will make sure that I help. This way we can get those to Uncle P, we can get them up there, and just make it to where these classes are trading, fun, discussion, and you guys are all set up and good to go. So happy Tuesday. We have a new winner tonight from our challenges, and we shall see. But I will talk to you guys later. See you guys tomorrow morning with the proper link. Take care and God bless.
Thank
Have a
you.
phenomenal day, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Family.